Servus und hallo, welcome to this new business vlog where I tell you all about my business and how it's going. And today we will be talking about the Voron, my business plan for this year, resin enclosures, injection molding, why there are no videos, my job, why there are no painting videos especially, and why so few listings, and maybe discussing adult listings. Stay tuned. As you may know, I have switched resins from offering the Elegoo resin and the Druckwege resin in a combination with some flexibility resin added into it to just one resin, which is the Tech Sculpt Grey, because I can actually get it and I can get it in larger quantities. For example, for the US there are 5 kilo canisters available, and I still have to write them to ask them if they could be possible to be purchased in Europe, but I can get them for fairly cheap, which means that if you purchase from me if you found my shop through my videos, you saw that my prices kind of went to the median. €4 is the basic mini, and you now get a base for every mini that you purchase. So it kind of went into the middle because the Tech resin is right in between the Elegoo resin, which is the cheapest version available, and the Druckwege resin, which is €60. And I think that Druckwege may be out of business because there are no resins in their online shop anymore. But in order to print the Tech resin, you have to have a room that is about 25 degrees, but 30 degrees is better anyways. As you may know, I live in Germany, and I print in my basement. And in my basement it's currently 17 degrees because of there are 6 3D printers in there that run. And so let's have a look at the solution that I cooked up. In the basement we are. Let's just start with the enclosure that I have built. I had to build something like an enclosure. I originally built this here to house my Genius, which is right there, to print my Voron ABS parts. That didn't work out that well because the Genius overheated and something is broken that I'm still figuring out with the support. A friend lent his ender to me and I was able to print a couple of Voron parts for me, which you can see right here in action. This is currently printing a Voron cube. There are some parts that are not in the black and green color scheme, and they are PETG. I will reprint them in ABS as soon as possible. I just want to get the printer running to print them out. These resin enclosures are fairly simple to build. I will make a small video explaining how to build one, but before I do that I will kind of fine-tune things a bit, because making the double enclosure with 2 tables, I built it with the IKEA luck tables. Building it with 2 has its own difficulties, and I had to design this dual action lock, which I can show you right now. I wanted to have doors that are airtight, so no resin fumes get out. So I had to get some doors on it, and then I had to design this locking mechanism, because I want to be able to kind of close it shut and kind of squeeze the gasket a bit so no air leaks out. So I had to design this, which it slides in this direction and then it can go down. Yeah, I will have to finalize that and get all the drawings, get a good CAD model for it, and then get everything right, and then you will get a good video. And I will also do some more tweaking for stability because it's kind of wobbly right now. And I've got my Voron running, which was maybe on my Twitter or just now in the video. The problem was that I had 2 major fuck-ups, or 3. The first fuck-up was I didn't go with the PIF program, because I originally thought it would take too long for the PIF parts to arrive, and then my kit took 2 months instead of 3 weeks. Then I could have gotten with the PIF thing and I went out of the queue and yada yada yada. So I had to build an enclosure to print ABS parts, and I destroyed the printer in the process, got lent an ender, and now I have to reprint things in ABS because the Genius printed for a while and wasn't that well calibrated. The other fucker was that I somehow lost my Z motor connector that connects from the LDO motor with a 2mm pitch, which is a 6-pin connector, to the JST 2.54mm pitch JST whatever connector on the SKR Mini, and that was an ordeal. So I had to find out what the pitch was. I just pinged Jason on Twitter and he answered me, which is pretty nice. And then I had assembled everything and tried to push filament, like heat it up, could feed it with my hands, but nothing went through. So I went on an investigation and found that on the idler, like there are 2 geared bearings that feed the filament because it's a dual gear extruder, and I installed them. I accidentally swapped them because the one with the grub screw is supposed to go on the shaft where there's like a notch so you can tighten the grub screw so there's grip. And the bad thing is that I also lost the grub screw, so I had to go down here and because I have a cloned BMG, I took the grub screw out and put it in the Voron, so now the Voron runs. It was this whole ordeal. It runs. I will keep posting updates on my Twitter. This was the first Voron cube that I printed. It looks really nice. Obviously I need to do the input shaper. Do that some other time. Right now it is just trying to get some successful prints, get my profiles in line, and yada yada yada. So that's it for the Voron. So my business plan for this year, and I know there are maybe some things that that I have not told you, but I'm trying to be as open as possible. It's a fairly basic plan, and that is that we increase mini production and the mini availability. We build upon the injection molded bases, as in having more of them available and taking that money and reinvesting it into the company. Maybe I get molds done for the cobblestone bases because printing them is kind of a hassle. And then the PFA sheets will be big this year, I hope. Samples will arrive next week, and hopefully by then I find them useful enough, and so I can order a larger amount and then snowball up from there. Then maybe print Voron parts commercially. That is still in the stars. I have to tune my Voron in order to have that, and also there's one person that already does it that appears to have a printer farm. And then I will still do custom orders for friends or other clients that are still on the list. FDM and SLA. Most of it is MSLA, like with the resin like minis, for example, which I still have one to do. So that's the business part or business plan for this year. Get money, reinvest, and then hopefully kickstart off the next year, which will hopefully be injection molding. But I have to decide then at around August whether I want to plunge into that or not. So about injection molding, I still have not found a good company that does injection molding at the price point that I want here in Germany. Because what I would need is a fairly low volume, low cadence. Is that cadence? Like the amount of times I order in a year is very low, and the amount of order is very low. So you can make like almost proprietary molds, but some people don't understand that. I still have to find a way. Protolab seems to actually be like the best option currently, because they have like a plan where they make a mold that's fairly inexpensive, because like 1,000 euros around that, but they trash it in after a year. I have to sit down, calculate, and see whether it's worth it for me to get this option, and if I would be able to, with the money that I make from injection molding and the PFA sheets, to then get a steel mold which holds longer and doesn't get trashed after a year. Why are there no videos? That's a combination of that I don't have time, I got a new job, I moved, but not that far, but I moved and still have to do things like go to IKEA and get furniture and clean and do all the things that you need to do when you're a new homeowner, and I didn't have that much motivation because I got drained because of all the other things. But I have some video ideas coming up that are tabletop things and 3D printing things, and I will obviously, if you subscribe, you will see those videos. Why are there so few listings? You may not have noticed, but it bugs me because I am the owner of the shop. I have 129 active listings on eBay right now. That includes the bases and some small knickknacks. But I want to seriously expand on that because, as you may know, the monster manual has more than 129 monsters in it. It is just I ran out of space on my hard drive, so I need to get I'm getting tomorrow a small external HDD with 2 terabytes of storage, which is hopefully enough for storage. Yes, eventually I would want to get a NAS, but that is not for me to decide. Why are there no painting videos? That has the same cause because of the why there are no videos. It's because I don't have time, I'm moving, and I had to fulfill some orders that were painting related, and my desk over here, my painting desk was and is full. So we need to expand on the desk, like get another thing there and actually start painting again, and I have to get some inks again. But they will come because, as I've said multiple times, that it is my goal to have a painting video for every item that is in my shop first, and then I can maybe expand on other things. But I hope at that point my channel will be so big that a better painter can, I can give my things to a better painter and then he can paint. But that's still in the future. About the job, yes, I got a job. That's a 20-hour job, which is possible as a student in Germany. You're allowed to work for 20 hours a week, so you don't break the there's a boundary for students because they should be studying, which in the most of the engineering fields of study is usually you're expected to, the amount of work that studying is like 80 hours a week. Plus the 20 hours of working is 100 hours in a week. It's kind of stressful, but I'm currently not studying anyway because I will be switching my field of study in the summer semester, which starts in the winter. So the adult listings, I have come upon an amazing artist that does realistic kind of game character things, art. It is VX Labs. He has some pictures, obviously not the adult versions. I will place a link to his page in the description. I would want to sell these things because I think they look awesome. Not only because they look super sexy, but they legit look good. It's just that there's the option to get a naked version of that. And I think that some people might want to buy that. I will obviously only offer it as an option because most likely you're going to sell the basic version more often than the nude version, but I still have to check whether it is allowed to sell that on eBay. I've checked the AGBs, essentially the rules of eBay, and I found the column where it's stated what is allowed and what's not, especially with nudity, because minors can purchase things on this site. But it's kind of a gray zone, and I want to talk to support if it's actually allowed or not, because I don't want my account today to be taken down. So yeah, that's that. That's it for today. I hope you print something and that you have no print failures. I will see you in the next business vlog, probably because there will not be a video other than the business vlog. So see you around. Tschüss und auf Wiedersehen.